Apes, together, strong.
Hey guys, what's up? It's me, and you're you, and this is finally another movie review. I know all of my subscribers have been waiting very patiently for another one, but good news is the wait is over. I'm back with another review of a movie that was released 2 weeks ago, so the lateness is also back, and I know you're excited, so let's get into it. Today I will be reviewing the third, the final, the trilogy concluding movie, War for the Planet of the Apes. In the movie, a small human faction led by a crazy dictator-like leader, the Colonel, also played by Woody Harrelson, which, by the way, does a phenomenal job at acting his role, are tracking down the apes living in the forest and trying to kill them all in the fear of the simian flu and for the survival of good old humanity. Thanks, Woody. Now, first off, it seems to be that the movie titles got switched around a bit or something, because in my opinion, the movies should have been titled Dawn, War, and then Rise. Why? Because the title and also the movie poster lead people to believe that this is going to be some gigantic big war with 80% action and 20% stuff setting up for more action. Wrong. And you will hate this movie or not appreciate it as much as you should if you go in with those expectations. I don't want to hear, it was all right. It wasn't much action though. Because that wasn't the point of the movie. The movie, this one, is an emotional, and I mean an emotional ride from both the apes and the human side. It shows how far Caesar has gone from being this young ape from a science lab to being a tough Jesus-like leader of his people. What was done beautifully in this movie was how, even though Caesar is this righteous, good leader figure, the movie had him deal with his darkness that, every human goes through at one point in their life, given the right circumstances. And damn, were these circumstances right. So, for the majority of the movie, the audience, are taken on this emotional revenge journey with Caesar and completing his story, that started in Rise, continued in Dawn, and wraps up in War for the Planet of the Apes. And trust me, it's quite the ride. Another emotional aspect of this movie comes from the concentration, Holocaust-esque camp that Woody Harrelson's character's men puts his enslaved apes in. We see the apes working for him, building stuff for them. They're deprived of food and water and forced to do slave work, and you can see them slowly lose hope, which is great in terms of them portraying that on screen so effectively, but damn, it pulls your heartstrings. For better or for worse, the humans are definitely portrayed as 100% bad, and it is constantly shown throughout the movie, but it's because of their desperation which fogs their judgment and makes them resort to such methods, which is understandable, but you are easily persuaded to side with the apes. Even when the humans did give explanations, I was like, I'll stick on the ape side. There is no fine line that makes you switch between the humans and the apes, like how I felt in Dawn. One thing that I'm sure you have heard is how amazing the motion capture technology of the apes is, and it is very true. It's amazing to watch on the big screen. It might be too good even, because oh my god, that little old bad ape character was so ugly. Poor guy. And as far as his character goes, he was an all-right character. I think that the director used him sparingly as to not annoy the audience too much, so he didn't really bother me. I didn't really like him, but I didn't really hate him either. There was nothing that made me say, wow, I really love this character, and there was nothing that made me say, damn, this character, I hate him, why is he in here? Or anything like that. My only gripe with the movie, if I were to have one, is not really the movie's fault, but more of the way the movie was portrayed and marketed in the trailers, leading people to believe that there was going to be a huge war and tons of action. However, the war in this movie is very disappointing, and it is not as action-packed or as intense as it was in Dawn. It felt like it started in a flash and it ended in a flash. And it sucked because there was some buildup leading up to the war and describing how big the war was going to be. And it just kind of, it just left me with some blue balls, man. It was very disappointing. Again, I can't stress enough that if you go into this movie expecting tons of action and a big war, then you will more than likely be disappointed in this film. But if you understand that this is a conclusion of a trilogy and follow Caesar's struggle along with the issue of the apes' survival, then you will enjoy this movie to its fullest. With that being said, guys, War for the Planet of the Apes is a great addition to the previous two movies and a great conclusion to the trilogy, and I give this movie 10 inches. It's one of my favorites, and prepare for quite a ride. Personally, if I were to rank them in order, I would go Dawn, War, and then Rise. From, my most favorite, most enjoyable to least favorite, least enjoyable. What about you? Leave your thoughts below and see you next time.